What's up, everybody? What's up? How y'all doing? Okay, cool. So what we're going to do this early half of the afternoon, we're actually going to do class participation. I'm gonna let you all kind of show me where you're going to look for your entries and things like that when we actually get in the market using rank codes. So I want you all to identify what you're looking for. And when you identify what you're looking for, you're going to identify to me when you do it, right? So before we do that, and I'll let you all share your screen or somebody share your screen, does anyone have any questions for me first?
Yes, on the wrinkles. The 1 hour on the wrinkles would be how long on the candles?
What do you mean?
1 hour wrinkles. So we're looking at that now. If I switched over to candles on the 1 hour, how long? What time frame would that be? 1 hour versus each other, hour to hour.
It's still
Is
a
it
1
the
hour.
same?
Yeah, it's
Still
still a
same
1 hour.
candle, 1 hour. Okay.
Yeah, still a 1 hour. Only thing is, remember, it's pure price. So don't focus on. I hate to say the time frame. Don't focus more so on time here. More so focus on price here, right? What do I mean by that? Like literally, again, every brick takes about 23 bricks. 23 like pips or whatever to form on one brick here. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So
It will
that's
help me swing trade better because I'm more an intraday trader. That's my personality. But on wrinkles, I can swing better.
Yeah, oh, of course, definitely. No, I mean, honestly, that's where the big money, and it's not because, like, honestly, you can like, and this was me, like, you're able to swing trade, regardless if you know, candles, Rankos, or whatever. But what Rankos allows you to do, it keeps a peace of mind when you're swinging. That's the thing. That's the like. I guess that's one of the you got pros and cons to everything. That's one of the cons when it comes to actually swing trading is your peace of mind isn't there because like you don't know if price is gonna come. Should I keep holding? Man, I got nice money. Should I just take it now? This and that. This gives you a visual. Where Rankos gives you more of a visual of peace of mind and gives you a visual of like, okay, price is still playing out nice. It's still clearly above, clearly under. Keep going, and that's what you really want when it comes to swing trading. Is peace of mind. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely. Any other questions?
Yeah, Tarek, can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
All right, one quick question. So you're on the 1 hour, it crosses, and you jump in for the buy or sell, whichever one you're doing. You jump down to the 5 minute, I believe you said, to enter. And then once you do that, you go back to your 1 hour and you, and that's basically where you quote unquote monitor it. Now, so you don't need to drop back down to the 5 again unless those two lines are getting ready to cross, correct?
No, you're not. Those happen if you want to look to, like those other entries happens when you want to look to enter more. Only you know if you want more entries or not. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like,
I got you.
that's just a personal bias of yourself. I'm just what I did as this being a educational program or session, training session. I'm training you to what to see and what to look for and other indications if you're looking to actually enter more. Nothing that you have to do. Showing you different things to find in trading if you was to actually do that. Does that make sense? The first example, for instance, when I showed you all the cross or whatever the case may be, every cross won't look the same when I drop down time frames. What I mean by that is it crosses here, and on the 5 minute time frame this time, let's see what do I get in this example. Give me 1 second. Right. So in this cross right here, right, what ended up happening? We end up getting this cross. This is where I entered. Right. So this is my first entry area on this cross. Sometimes If it crossed, this is going to be my first entry area. This is my second entry area on the 5-minute time frame on this cross. So I'm not talking to you about compound. I'm just showing you different ways of how to look to enter with Rankos. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, cool. So these are just different things you'll be looking at when you're looking to enter the market or whatever. But we will talk about, compound and stuff. Any questions on that?
Hey, Terrell.
Uh-huh.
Are you going to go over, I think you mentioned something about a scalping strategy for indices?
Honestly, if we have time. If we don't have time, no. If we do not have time, no. I don't want to overload you all too much, honestly. If you understand what I'm showing you now with Rankos, honestly, it's the same thing. It applies the same thing with indices that I just showed you all. It's just literally using a 1-minute time frame. Take out all the other time frames and just using a 1-minute time frame and waiting for crosses. When you get crosses I'll show you really quick, I guess. But I don't want people.
My reason for asking. My reason
Thank
for
you very
asking
much.
is I was at your last boot camp, and I was just
Yes, that's what I want to.
any updates that may have come up. That's why I'm asking.
No, I mean, I understand, but I don't want people's mind to be mushy. That's the only thing. So I personally don't want to, throw too much information overload on people. So I'll just show you all real quick. I'm not going to go into detail because it's kind of this. It's still based off of earlier. It's still based off what we did earlier today. So with that being said, if you all remember, right? I think it was right here actually. When we did the weekly outlook on Monday, I told everybody you can actually look to buy US 30 up into this area. This was the first area, right? This engulfing zone. And I said this was the second area. I think I only did 2 areas. Maybe I did this as a third one. I'm not sure. But the point is, do you all remember that?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So, all right, great. So remember this, right? So price was literally in this area at the time. And what I was telling everybody, we got this impulse. So look for short-term buys in this. And I was like, me personally, I will only look to scalp indices. I'm not really trying to catch XYZ, this and that. So what I would literally do is I would just literally drop to the 1 minute. Everything that we talked about this afternoon, still, you take all that information that you understand and you just apply that to one time frame. It makes it that much easier, right? Because we already understand how much money US 30 will provide for you. So you just take that to the 1 minute time frame, right? Now switch over to Rankos. On the 1 minute time frame where we was at literally on Monday, what do I see that happened on Monday? Well, what do I see that happened in this area where price was on Monday?
Got that cross to the upside.
There you go. I got a cross right here, right? Anytime I'm on a 1 minute time frame on US 30 and I see a cross, all I'm doing is I'm buying and selling at those crosses. That's it. I'm on a 1 minute time frame. I don't have to jump up and down time frames. Just this one cross right here. And let me see. I'm going to actually this is May 4th. Let's look at the day of May 4th. Let's see what day that was. Just want to make sure. Bingo. Like I thought. That was Monday. This literally happened while we were on the actual Zoom call, on the weekly outlook. This is your buy entry, right? Same thing. As soon as price comes underneath, you can sell. You're scalping this anyways, right? So it doesn't matter. You get a downside, you get a downtrend cross, you're selling, right? But remember, me understanding overall on my 1 hour time frame, or when I was on candles, I was looking for a buy anyways on this. I was looking for the buy. So I can choose if I want to sell and catch some quick, easy money if I see that sell down move. I mean, if I see this sell cross right here, right? I can do that if I want to. But me understanding overall, I'm looking for the buy all the way up into these zones. So honestly, I probably wouldn't have got in right here. I would have just bought right here and then just took profits here because it could have still went up or whatever. But the point is, how much money is this from here to here? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
And that's literally all you're looking for on the 1 minute time frame. You're just, for these indices, you're just looking for a Renko's cross. That's it. You can literally kill the game on indices after that. Mrs. B made $3,000 after the week. We talked about this, I believe it was a Saturday or a Sunday. Saturday or Sunday evening. We was all together on a team call. And she put it to the test. Kwaku put it to the test. Me, I put it to the test. And that's what literally happened. And this past Monday, I told everybody, look to buy US 30 to these areas, to these zones, because like me, I'm the type of person who I'm not finna sit and hold US 30 trades. I'd rather just scalp it. So I was looking for the short-term scalp, which was the buy. As soon as it crossed here, maybe I should have switched over to Rankos at the time and we could all bought it together, right? But I didn't. But yeah, that's all I'm doing.
But I did.
Okay, right. There you go. So she made her some money, ain't told nobody else. You know? But yeah, literally that simple. So instead of me switching back and forth through time frames like I would on regular Forex pairs from the 1 hour dropping down to this time, looking for the entry, this and that, on the US 30, or GR 30 or any indices, all I'm doing, cross here, cross here, cross here, right? I'm just looking for crosses. Once I get a cross, I know I'm buying or selling. 1 minute time frame. That means that's going to happen much more frequently. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yep.
Just confirmed, everything
There you go.
you've been saying from the beginning anyway.
There you go. Now you understand. Bingo. It ties back into what we was talking about this morning. You know what I mean? But this just makes it that much more easier because the way that US 30 pays me, there's no need for me to sit here and try to catch these, I don't know, 18,000 pip moves and all. Like, forget it, whatever. Give me this cross, whatever this is from here. Trust me, I'm happy with that. I am very happy with that. With US 30.
945 pips.
I mean, there you go. Like, like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am very
That's
happy.
a whole week.
There you go. And this happened on a 1 minute time frame. So how long did I really wait for this to happen? So it's like that's a killer strategy just in itself. Like I see people out here, they love US 30. Like I barely trade US 30 like that. Honestly, just that's me personally. I don't know why. I just don't. Like if it's a clean, clear setup, I will. But for the most part, I just don't like mess with it like that. But when I do, this is the first thing that I do. I don't even look at US 30 on candles like that anymore. I just come straight to Rankos. See if I'm about to get ready and get across. That's almost like guaranteed. What's that?
I'm sorry. What's the stop loss on that one?
On here? So if I get across right here, right. So if I get across, my stop loss goes underneath my previous low. So
I was more so in how many pips is that? Is what I was saying. Not so much.
I hear you. What time frame am I on?
Like 1 minute.
Right. So with that being said, I got as tight a stop loss as I possibly can naturally. So.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And still nowhere near. I see people out here with crazy stop losses. Nowhere near it. And it's the same thing. You just do the exact same thing every time.
If you're using this strategy, Terrell, are you doing your market structure markup and then entering on the 1 minute, or are you just straight up trading, scalping on the 1 minute?
Me personally, if like the couple of times I actually did it, like the few times I did it and when I was back testing, I personally would rather go with the trend of my market structure. So that's when I catch it. So if I know, like again, this past Monday, I knew market structure was telling me buy. I'm only looking for the buy. So I'm looking for buy crosses. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Me personally. But if somebody like, you know, like I've been in that state of mind before when I first started to trade. I remember me and my best friend, we would literally be on the phone and we would like, we didn't have like MACDs and stuff, but we was looking at this right here. We would look at this. Oh man, hey, yo, it's all the way up here. Let's sell. You know what I mean? Like whatever the case may be. With that being said, like you can do that still with this strategy and you'll come out profitable a lot more than you would if it was just like off of nothing. But me personally, I just want to go off of the actual trend of something. I need to know, like, I have a strong trend showing me something. Right now, market structure showed me a buy. On the 1 hour, it's showing me that this has to flag. Okay, cool. That's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with these buys on US 30. I'm looking for buy crosses. Hopefully, I'll catch that buy cross. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, but that's it. But if you actually want to, let me sell, let me buy, let me buy right here, let me sell right here. You can do that. You know what I'm saying? If you see the crosses, you can sell and buy. Me personally, hey, there's nothing stopping the market from turning around on me as soon as it crosses. So I want to at least be going with the trend, me personally. US 30 ain't nothing to joke around with. Now, granted, my stop losses are very tight because I'm on the 1 minute naturally, but if like losing no money, it's better than losing a little money. You know what I mean? So if I can give myself the best chance to not lose at all, that's what I'll do. But if I am gonna lose, I want my risk to be as small as possible. Can't get any smaller than a 1 minute. Well, you can now, but you know, for the most part, you want something or whatever the case may be. All right.
Hey, Terrell, are you also like, even though you setting up off the 1 minute or whatever, your overall bias as far as your trend, are you utilizing the hour even with the wrinkles on the 1 minute, or are you going lower on the regular candles?
Am I going lower on the regular candles?
You know, you establishing a trend off the hour, but when you going to the wrinkles to the 1 minute for entry, are you also using the trend off the hour as well?
No, I mean, like I was just saying that I would like my bias of the actual trend. So, like for instance, let me go to the 1 hour. I told you all to look to do what Monday on US 30? Buy or sell?
To buy.
Look to buy, right? But when I drop down to the 1 hour, I mean, when I go to the 1 hour, at that time, right? This is like, let me take this off. At that time, price was here, correct? Well, this didn't even happen yet, but price was down here in this area, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so with that being said, switch back over to Rankos. Remember, that's this area right here. Matter of fact, let me delete all of this so you all, so I don't lose you all. Let me take that off. I'm sorry. I know some of you all can't see everything with that. Let me go back to candles so you all can see. So at that time, this is where we were at, guys. When I told everybody, look to buy for US 30, at least back up to those zones. Because we had to get a flag, right? So right here, this was the area. I told everybody, look to buy. But if I switch over to Rankos, what is Rankos telling me we're currently in at the time? On the 1 hour.
Uptrend.
No, downtrend. We got that cross right here.
Okay, I will look it over there. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So again, I'm not going at the overall like trend. I'm going of market structure, what market structure is telling me. Market structure told me that I was about to get a push up. So when I drop down to that 1 minute time frame, guess what I'm looking for on my crosses? I'm looking for bullish crosses. Does that make sense?
Exactly.
Yeah. So like even though my overall trend told me downtrend, like market structure, which is king. So I tell you all, understanding market structure, like it all boils down back to that. You boil it back down to knowing and understanding market structure, like man, like that's the key. Like that's why I'm not big on strategies. Like strategies are great, but like no, I need to know where I'm at. I need to know what I'm doing. I need to know what's going on overall. right? I teach you how to read a chart. I don't teach you a strategy or whatever. Because when you can read that chart and then you implement a strategy into understanding that chart, that's when trading becomes very, very fun. It's not just, oh man, I got a dope strategy and it works 88% of the time. Like, no, like, let me read this chart first, then I implement this strategy, and that went from 88% to 98%. That's a big difference. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. Does that answer your question?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. No problem. All right, everybody good? Cool.
That's it.
All right, cool. Great. So what I'm going to do, guys, let me in the chat. Let me get who wants to volunteer to share their screens. So, Jarena, if you don't mind, make sure you unmute right now and then share your screen. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, cool. So, look a little mushy on my end. I can't tell if that's
You
okay.
see it?
Yeah, I see it. Do you mind kind of? There you go. Yeah, I didn't know how to explain it. Zoom in, whatever. Okay, cool. So we're looking at EA on the 1 hour. So can you show me a downtrend? I mean, an uptrend. Overall uptrend on here.
Uptrend is here.
Is
Here.
that an uptrend? Zoom out some. Like let's see more of the actual.
This here.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this differently. Let's mark up. Switch over to your candles because that's not a uptrend. Mark up your chart. You know you're on Hikinachi stick, right? Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
All right. So
Is that how you mark up your chart?
no, I go to the monthly.
There you go. Let's do that. Because remember, you want to see your overall analysis.
There I go. Then I would go to the weekly.
Hold on. Okay. So recap of day one. Can anybody tell me what was wrong with that?
She didn't do her highs and lows.
She did monthly high and low.
Oh, that's right.
There you
That's
go.
right. Okay.
Like, yeah, guys, like again, everything adds up. So you can't like
Skip around. Can't skip around.
right. You know what I mean? Like everything we did was in order for a reason. You know what I mean?
Got it. Sometimes I get a little nervous when I'm on the hot seat.
Nah, it's me and you here. Don't worry about all that.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. And this is like, and it's not me just asking you. I just in general, like people, because maybe I was just different. I don't know. But were you ever nervous in actual school? Like when the teacher called on you for questions,
No.
or you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
because I don't know, maybe because it's money attached to this or something. Like we have this nervousness of being wrong, or like this is nothing but school, guys. Like this is just a way that we can make a lot of money. This should be fun. This should never be like, oh man, I'm scared type thing. You know what I'm saying? I want you all to be very relaxed when it comes to this. There's one thing I can honestly say, when it came to learning this skill set, I never put that pressure on myself to be scared. I never doubted myself to mark up charts and post them to people. Like, I wouldn't have my Telegram channel today if that was me, because I remember it was 2 people in that channel. You know what I mean? Like the first 2 people I added in that channel, but I wanted to throw charts out for the world. You know what I mean? But can't be scared. Can't doubt yourself. Like, whatever. It's all this is school. If you was never nervous in school, no need to be nervous here. So just thought I'd throw that out there.
Thank you. That helps a little bit.
Okay, tell us what you're seeing when it comes to.
Trying to do this here, I can't, this little dude I have a hard time controlling sometimes.
Let me ask you this.
But now I'm on the weekly. So here I've marked up my monthly. So now I'm going to my weekly. I'm kind of scrunching it up some so I could see what I'm working with.
Hey, Terrell.
Yeah, what's up?
When I mark up my charts, I have to be naked. I can't. My EMAs can't be on there. It distorts me, so I don't know if it does that to other people or not.
I mean, for myself, I'm the same as you, but I try not to kind of make people see what I see. I mean, I just whatever. Like, even when I'm checking people homework and all of that, like if they got EMAs, cool. I'm looking at the actual body of the work. But before I get too much off track, Jarena, like when you get down to your weekly, and I hate to really go over this again, because I want to be more on Rankos or whatever. But when you come down to your weekly, what are you actually looking for? We may not do all 3 people like we wanted to.
I'm looking for my trend.
Exactly. Is what you just identified to me a trend?
It doesn't look like one, no.
It doesn't look like one, or is it not one?
It's not one.
What is a trend? What should I have in trends?
The trend is showing you the direction.
Okay. How does the market move?
It moves in an impulse, then it moves in a flag, and then it moves in a continuation.
Where's the impulse, the flag, and the continuation in that trend you're identifying to me right now?
I see this as an impulse. And this here, that doesn't look like a flag because it's not going against that.
Okay, so let me share my screen. Because there's a reason why I wanted you to even mark up from the top down to identify your actual buy. But for Ranko. So I didn't want to spend too much time on the actual rank up, but I want you to see this really quick. All right. I'm like E, so I got to take all that stuff off first before I even think about looking at something, right? So all I'm doing is my high and my low. This is current price. I'm just looking at my high, looking at my low right here, right? Drop down weekly. Take all of this off for you all so you all can see, right? Uptrend. Look how the market is actually moving. This here, I don't know what this is. You're focused on this old trend because, like, that was a trend once upon a time, but what happened? It broke, right? So when price broke, I'm no longer focused on that, right? So let me keep going. I'm gonna just mark it up for you so we can go straight to that 1 hour time frame. So I'm on my daily, right? Drop down to my daily, downtrend, right? Drop down 4 hour. Now for my 4 hour here, what am I looking for? This looks like a reversal pattern setting up, right? So I could be looking for a shot up just like I got this shot up here at this low, right? I'm at this low again, looks like a reversal, another shot up, right? Let's go to the 1 hour. So I'm looking at that. So with that being said, my previous uptrend that I was looking for you to actually identify on my actual Renkos, let's switch over to Renkos, would be right here. Switch. Actual uptrend. This is an actual trend right there. That trend right there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right? I know I move fast, guys. I apologize. But again, we're working against time. I don't want to take from everyone's time. So with that being said, what you say?
Understood.
Okay. So with that being said, go ahead and share your screen again. Go straight to your 1 hour on EA. And go back to that uptrend, if you don't mind. I wanted people to see that part first or whatever of that trend. Nah. Don't worry about the markups now. People just saw me do it, so they all good. Just you can delete everything off of there now as far as trend lines and everything, and go straight to your 1 hour and switch over to your Renkos. Hit your refresh button. Right there. Yep. So we can get, there you go. So now scroll over to that actual uptrend. No, other way. Remember, it was to the left. That's current price. We going back in the past. Keep going. Like just, now I'm about to say, don't even hit the zoom out. Just just drag it over. There you go, right there. Oh yeah, I think that's where that actually started.
Yeah. Well,
your stuff look really scrunched in. Let me. I hate to take remote control. Keep scrolling over to the left. I'm sorry. Keep going to the left. Zoom out some. You know you can exit. Take that off. Just hit the X. Go over to the left. I mean to the right. There you go. Right there. Hit that X right there.
Thank you.
There you go. All right. Perfect. All right. So, because that's not the official cross. I'm looking for the official cross on that. On your screen. Let me look at mine real quick. Yours look a little, that's not the official cross. Keep going. Right there. There you go. To the left. Look at the left, right. There you go. That's our official uptrend cross. Right? So identify to me that cross. Why is that our official cross?
Because the two lines crossed.
Okay, identify. So you may have to zoom in more so we can actually see, because right now I just see it based off of my knowledge. I don't see it based off of what you're showing us. There you go. The beginner, there you go. Bingo, right? So that's our official cross right there, correct?
Yes.
So at this point, with me seeing that official cross on the 1 hour, what is my next steps? First of all, what am I thinking? And then what is my next steps?
Well, first you're thinking now that it has crossed, it's on an uptrend, so it's going to be a buy.
Okay.
And then we would go and we would look for our flag right here. Should I zoom in that some more?
Right now, we just listening to you.
Okay. So then I would, here's where my flag is. So I would identify the flag, then I would go to see where the Renko is hitting one of my buy bricks. And here it appears that it's going through that, so I would look for the next ones, but they're going on another flag. So that would put me in a little bit of drawdown. So I myself would probably, in seeing so, would come here, but now they're crossing again. Here it's crossing into a buy, and I would wait. There's one brick, there's two bricks, so I would probably enter here.
Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys.
What happened to it?
Relax. What'd you say?
I'm trying to figure out what happened to it.
Probably gotta scroll back over. I want to see what your overall analysis ends out before we actually everybody come together. Nah, keep going to the left. Remember, it was lower than that, lower. Go up some. Okay, so there you go. So for whatever reason, it deleted everything. I'm not sure what you did, but go back to that area. Don't worry. Do not panic. You are fine. Trust me. You're doing more than what a lot of people on this call would have did. You know what I mean? So, like, same mistakes that you have, they have as well. And I know this because I educate people. I see it all the time. So identify your cross again because you deleted it.
I'm trying to find it.
Go to the right.
Here.
Right
Here?
there. That was your area of your cross. Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
So I need you to identify it, though. You deleted the trend line. I want you to show us because, like, physically seeing, we're all on a computer screen. So, like, just me, I know based off of my knowledge, other people are not where I am knowledge-wise, right? So, yeah, we want to always make sure they can actually see. So zoom in so they can see it. You say what?
But I believe that's it.
Let's go ahead and zoom in. We can take a closer look. Bingo. Okay, cool. So keep going. Like, tell us after you done did that, let us know what you were saying again.
There's a cross. So, okay, so there's a cross here. I'm looking for, here's my flag. Well, that's where I know where they're crossing. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for the flag, and then I'm gonna identify where the 9 EMA is crossing through one of my bricks, which it appears it's this one here. And then I would count the next two bricks after. It wouldn't be this one because it still looks to be touching. So it would be 1, 2, and I would normally enter here. But since it's coming down, I personally would wait until the next opportunity, which would probably be about right here, because this is still my pullback. There I would identify it's going through there. I would count up 1, 2, and I would enter right there.
So short, there you go. Don't tell the shorts.
That's where I would enter.
Okay, cool. So I actually see your knowledge of why you did what you did, but can you tell me one major thing that you left out? Do you know what that was?
Where my stop loss would be?
Well, that is major, but probably before we even get to the stop loss part. But yeah, that is correct in that case. You know, but
here's where my problem is, because I have these two flags right here. It confuses me of where to enter actually.
Well, okay. So once you identify your cross on your 1 hour, what do you do next? Like, what should you?
I should go down to my 15.
There you go. Like, you did all of that analysis.
I'm sorry.
There you go. Like, you did all that analysis, but you did not drop down to your smaller time frame. And honestly, you don't even want to go to the 15. You really want to go to the 5.
5, okay.
Like, I would highly recommend people go to the 5-minute on Rankos opposed to the 15, because again, Rankos is much slower. So with Rankos being much slower, right, the 5-minute on Rankos is like the 15-minute on candles, right?
Oh, is okay.
Yeah. So you got to scroll, keep going back. You got to go left. So that was the thing that you messed up on. Like, again, I let you continue to do that while people was in the chat yelling, drop down to the 5, drop down to the 5. And I was telling
wasn't
everybody to
saying
hold
that.
on, because I guarantee you now, you will never make that mistake ever again.
I know.
I applaud people when they mess up, right? The reason why is because once you mess up, you see how you said, oh man, I forgot, let me drop down this and that. I guarantee you won't do that again. From now on, every time you identify a cross, guess what the next thing you're going to do?
I'm gonna drop down.
There you go.
It's only letting me go so far. Let's see. Not letting me go any further.
It is. You just kind of moving very, very slow with it. You steady hitting. Like, I would just, I'm gonna just take over. I'm gonna kind of show you, because I don't want to take too much time away. So that's our cross right here, right? Let me actually get the actual cross itself. Yeah. This is our cross right here in this area. What I do is I drop down to the smaller time frame. And when I drop down to this smaller time frame, now granted, guys, we're back testing right now. So when it comes to actual live trading, we won't have to be scrolling back in all of these different things when it comes to going to, looking for that area. It'd be right there on the screen. Maybe it actually is too far. March 17th, that shouldn't be too far. That was just last month. For Rankos, that is not that far. Oh, that's not March 17th. I'm sorry. That's 2017. Golly. So yeah, okay, that's way too far. Anyways, I'll just go here. Maybe this was the one we was looking at that I wanted you to kind of identify. So you drop down, right? This is one of the things that you did not do. All right, now I think I'm losing my mind. Hold on. Where did that trend line just go? It's right here. All right, hold on. Let me delete everything. This trend line's right here. That's our downtrend across, right? This is March 19th. When I drop to my 5-minute time frame, it is not. Okay, there we go. Usually this thing don't, man. Rankos is usually I don't have to scroll over as much. That's weird. But yeah, it is what it is. So anyways, with that being said, right, this is one of those perfect scenarios again, because at this cross, we got that cross. This won't always happen. So my first entry area, Jarena, am I saying that correct?
Jarena.
Jarena, okay. I just wanted to make sure I was saying it right.
Thank you.
I have this right here. This is my flag. So with this being my flag, how do I know this is a flag, Jarena?
Because it's going in the opposite direction of the trend.
Not only that, but why is this the flag that I'm actually focused on?
Oh, because it's crossing the EMA.
Bingo, there you go. It came through or crossed over the EMA. So this is the area that I'm looking to enter because I officially know this is a flag, right?
Yeah.
So with that being said, what about this right here? Do I enter right here?
No, because it's still crossing. The EMA is crossing through it.
Okay. What about right here?
That one is touching the corner. I would not.
Is it touching?
It is from what I can see.
I can't zoom in more. Doesn't look like it's touching, But let's just say it is touching. I'll just go with you. It's touching, right? So, okay, cool. I'm not gonna.
Then I would wait for the next two, 1, 2, and then I would get under on that one.
So you'll enter here, stop
Yeah.
loss here, right? Bingo.
Correct.
So typically, me personally, I would have entered here because that's not touching to me, but I still would have needed 2 bricks. But this isn't wrong either. Like that's, if you need more confirmation, great. The more the confirmation, the better it is, right? So that's
So it
all.
doesn't matter if it's touching or not, or if it touches a little, it's still okay to count it as
No,
one?
I mean, it does matter. Like I would like to say it matters. It's just not on. Does anybody else see this touching this?
Yeah.
No, it's not touching.
It's not touching on my end either. It's not touching.
Very slightly.
Right. Like
It looks like it's touching a little bit on my screen.
Mine, it does. That's why I'm asking the question, so I can have a rule for myself if it's
well,
touching.
I mean, you can yeah, I mean if it's touching, you won't do it. Me personally, like I see this, hold on. You know, and I have like very, very not to say anybody else's vision isn't my like worse than mine, but if you can, I see this like this little black like in between that blue line or whatever. So I just, again, I don't look deep into that. If I needed to, I would have just waited to what you did. Like that's not wrong. Don't look too deep into that when it's all said and done. You know what I mean? But yeah. So no, very good. That is very good. Does everybody understand that? Does anybody have any questions on that? I know I wanted to get some more examples on here. Apologize, but through the sake of time, I don't want to like keep like I know everybody trading view skills aren't as quickly as mine. And honestly, like I'm used to seeing people really move quick when it comes to trading when I have them share their screens, because most of the time I've worked with them for quite a while. So now after all the homework of like Isaiah, people on the team, they've just been doing it for so long. You know what I mean? So my bad that I did not calculate like how long that would take. But yeah. Does anybody have any questions on that? Does that make sense? Say that again.
It makes sense.
Okay, cool. So appreciate that, Jarena. Man, thank you. You did a great job. Really applaud you for taking the time out to like really, you know, work on your skill set in front of us. You know what I mean? But again, one thing I guarantee you that you will not do again, you will not identify your Renko's cross. And then when you identify that Renko's cross, you will not just stay on the 1 hour. I guarantee you will automatically know now, like, man, I got to drop time frames. I literally let people mess up on purpose. Anybody on here, I don't know if Tracy's on here, but if she's on here, she can attest to it. I let her mess up every single day, every time we're training with each other, if she's messing up, because I want her to stop talking herself out of things. And once I let her do that, she don't do it anymore in specific things. So never think you're wrong for being wrong, right? Do not feel stupid for gaining your knowledge in this skill set, right? Okay, cool. So everybody good on that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're good.
All right. Give me 1 second. Okay, can you all hear me? I want to make sure I have an echo. You all can hear me and everything?
Yeah, you actually you're better now.
Yes.
So I'm on my Slowpoke laptop, so bear with me, guys. I'm going to pull this up. My compound sheet. I'm going to just pull up a whole new sheet. All right? So now this compound sheet, I'm not going to explain how to use it because, of course, like I said, I'm not giving this sheet out. This is literally strictly for students of mine. So we're going to start with let's do $1,000. We'll do $1,000 account. You start out with $1,000 account, right? Start out with $1,000 account, and you want to compound it. You want to grow it per day or per trade, I don't know, 3%, while risking 1%, right? These are the numbers. So your money should grow from $1,000 the first day to $1,030, right? Then from again, 30 compounded, all the way up to your 30th trade. I don't like to use days because I don't promote trading every day. I like to use trades or whatever. So 30 trades, I like what this says in 30 trades, if you do that, literally from $3, from growing it from 3% to 1%, with a risk of 1%, you're actually in 30 days, you will actually take that trade account until $2,300. We just round it up to 24, whatever, $2,400. Now, it says in 60. Well, let's just go to 90 days. In 90 days, that same $1,000 will produce you close to $15,000, right? So $14,300. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Looking at this sheet, you understand there's possible within 90 days I can take $1,000, compounding it, and I can drop it down to in 90 days it can reach $14,300 right here. 14,000, right?
90 days or like trades?
Yes.
90 days or 90 trades?
90 trades. You can do days, you can do trades. I personally don't like days because, again, I don't promote trading every day. So 90 trades. But it's a reason why I'm showing you all this like this. It's a reason why I'm saying this to you all. Because just like this is telling me 90 trades, I'm about to show you how you can do this and cut it down drastically. So not to give you exact numbers, but it says 90 trades here, I'm going to show you how I compound it to where this can happen in literally 50 days. But still not risking a lot of money. Does that make sense?
Let's do it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, big time.
all right, so let me unshare this. This is literally what I would do. Let's go to a pair, blah, blah. Well, we'll stay here. Switch back over to candles, right? Right here. This is literally what I do. Matter of fact, after I show you what I do, I'll show you this week, how that saved my life. Because I was mad, but I wasn't too mad, and I'll explain why in a minute. Let me take all of this crap off. My head hurt. Told y'all I'm like Eric or whatever when it comes to that. I get a whole bunch of stuff on my actual chart. I like a nice, clean, blank chart, right? So we all know the market moves in post-flag continuation, right? We already understand that part, right? Yeah. So with that being said, let me look at my actual spreadsheet so I can know for sure the actual number that it said on there, so I can show you all. Not show you, but talk to you all while I'm doing it. Pull that back up. All right. Maybe I should have showed that part too, but it's all good. Don't worry about it. So I said 3%, 1%. Right. Okay, cool. So now what this is telling me, my lot size should be somewhere around 10 cent, 10 cent trade, right? This is telling me I should be at 10 cent per trade, 0.01. If you are politically correct when it comes to the trading world, $1 a pip, right? We'll do that too. Me, I just like taking all the extra stuff out of it. I'm thinking 0.10, that's 10 cents to me. So this says I should take 10 cents and compound it by 3% to grow my account within 90 days to $14,000, right? I have that in the back of my head. I understand that. So if that's telling me starting out the gate what I need to do, and guys, if you're not understanding this, when I start talking, definitely make sure you're asking. You write your questions down. Please do not stop me in the middle of the flow. Write your question down and then make sure you ask that once I ask for questions, whatever. Because this is it's not confusing, but I can see how the numbers can kind of mush people in their head, right? So with that being said, let's just say I entered, here, right? If I entered right here, if it's telling me 10 cents, I always tell and recommend that people enter a trade twice. So if my spreadsheet is telling me get in with 10 cent lot size, what should my lot size be if I get in twice?
50 cents.
0.05.
0.05. Somebody said 50 cents, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Not your 50 cent, our 50 cent.
Oh, okay. I'll accept that. But I'll accept that one. So yeah, 0.05, 5-cent lot sizes, right? So I should have 2 5-cent lot sizes. I tell this to people all the time. At least get in 2 times every trade you get in, right? Even if like, what's the difference between me being in 1 order of 10 cent and 2 orders of 5 cent, guys?
Nothing except for you can hold one.
You already ahead of the game. You see, he's a cheater though, guys. Do not let him cheat y'all. He one of my people. He one of my guys. So he already know. But again, nothing. There's no difference. The numbers is still the numbers. I'm still only risking 1% with my stop loss, right? So with that being said, if I'm in for 10 cent right here, and let's say price gives me, we're gonna say this is the first flag. Nah, this dropped too much. That dropped way too much. Let's find something cleaner where you ain't just finna get. I want to show you all something clean. Okay, let's do this right here. Yeah. We'll do this downtrend right here. Beautiful downtrend right here. All right, so we enter, in this case, we enter here 2 5-cent orders, right, guys? This is one flag right here, correct? This is a flag. Is that safe to say?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So if my first goal was 30 bucks, and right here when I entered here, price went down to that first flag, 60 pips, right? So how much money am I up from this to here off of these 2 orders?
$60.
$60, right?
Yeah.
There you go. So with that being said, guess what my first goal was?
30.
$30.
So you telling me I have 2 orders, and in this first flag, I have actual $30 on this order, right? And I'm also up $30 on this order right here too, correct?
Yeah.
Y'all with me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm in 2 orders and I'm up 30 bucks. And now price is starting to correct. Where do I always look to enter the market?
On a
At the end of the flag.
Inside the flag, right? So I see a flag is forming. I'm up 30 bucks on 2 orders. So guess what I'm gonna do? This first order right here gets cleared out. That first order, I've officially closed that out. Guess what my first goal was on my spreadsheet?
30 bucks.
I just hit trade 1, accomplished. That goal is accomplished right now. And like, I'm still in another trade. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So are you all with me right now? I don't want to confuse anybody before I keep going.
No, we're with you.
With you.
Okay, cool. So I'm up $30 in one trade. I'm in the other trade, I closed $30. So I'm up overall 60 bucks. Now, this is very key to understand. Never, if I get in a trade for 10 cent, whatever the case may be, my next order that I put, my next trade that I get in is never above that actual lot size. It's always the same or underneath. Does that make sense? And I'll show you all in a minute why that's important.
Yes, yes.
Right. So if I get in something for 10 cent, my next order is always 10 cent or lower. It's never 15 cent or let me go heavier. Because at this point, now what you're doing, if you was to go heavy, you're risking your money. If you all have not realized this just yet, my money is no longer at risk at all. From my 2 orders here, one is actually closed out. The other one is actually risk-free. So my stop loss, this is my stop loss. My stop loss is now at my actual entry for the order that's still in and still riding where I'm up 60 bucks, right? So now in this flag, what I do is I put another order in. So let's say I put another order in for 10 cent, right? Or you can do 5 cent because we split them up. But let's just do 10 cent for teaching purposes. Easier to do the math, right? So I'm up, right now I am currently in a trade where I'm up $30. It's still running. It's risk-free also, that's important. And I just put another order in for another 10 cent. And now at this point, my stop loss is in the same place as my moving stop loss for my order that I'm actually in. Does that make sense? Is everybody with me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, cool. Now, again, guys, bear with me. If you don't understand something, make sure I'm gonna like throughout the process of me explaining this, I'm gonna talk, I'm gonna like stop, pause, ask, do you all understand? Then you can ask your questions. So with that being said, I just put a new order of 10 cents in. So now I have a 5-cent rider and I have a 10-cent rider, right? So with that being said, this 5 cent is up 30 bucks. This 10 cent is a new order. Guess what price ends up doing? I entered in the correction. Price ends up dropping again. It drops. Let's just go to this one right here. It drops another 90 pips. So now when I was up 30 bucks on the 10 cent, so I was up 60 pips, right? I'm up another 90 pips now. So let's go based off of, that'll be $90 minus half. That'll be another 45. That's 45 bucks. So this now is up $75. This is a $75 trade off of 5. This is a 5-cent lot size. It started at the top. I'm up 75 bucks on here. And now this one right here, this was the new order, right? That I got in on a new flag. It shot down another 90 pips. Now that one I'm up what? 90 bucks. Does that make sense? So I'm up $90 on one order. I'm up 75 on another order. Risk-free now, because now this order that I got in right here, this order right here is no longer actually at risk anymore. Now, remember, when it was at risk, was my money at risk when I entered this trade?
No, that was profit.
Exactly. I was risking my profits that I had just made up here. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, right. So now this is up 90. This is up 75. Remember, this 75 is actually the trade to where I got in at the very beginning with my 2 orders. So this is still from here. So this is up 75 bucks. This is up 90 bucks. So now at this point, I've closed 30. I'm up 90. So 90 plus, what I say, 30 is 120 plus another 75. So that's 195. We're just gonna round and say we up 200 bucks overall right now. So guess what I end up doing? I can do one or two things just for the purposes of you all understanding this. Like, because you can literally pull partials if you wanted to, but in this case, I'm gonna close that out. That $90 that I just made on that new order is now officially closed, right? So I've officially closed overall how much money, guys?
120.
$120, right? So looking at this spreadsheet, remember, I'm still in one trade right now. Looking at this spreadsheet, for my account to go from $1,000 to $1,120, I've actually, that is day 5, $1,125. I've secured 5 trading days so far in one trade. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yes, it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, and with that being said, guys, am I risking my money? Is my money at risk? My only risk was right here at the top. Those are my. What's that?
I was gonna ask, and you would have grown your account by 12%, right?
Of course, yeah. But remember, the spreadsheet, I'm only growing it by 3% per trade. So I'm still collecting 3% every time it goes. But based off of my knowledge, I understand that price is going to continue to do what it's doing. So I'm still meeting my goal and securing I'm still growing my account by 3%. Does that make sense? And I'm not
that makes sense,
leveraging. The spreadsheet is literally telling me what my lot size needs to be. It's literally telling me everything where I know I'm not over leveraging. I'm not over leveraging, not one bit. And I'm growing my account by 3% every time I close a new order. Is this making sense to everybody?
Yeah, that makes sense. I wanted to ask, when you put in that new entry for 0.10,
Mm-hmm.
we're no longer risking your money because you had that other 0.05 open still?
Exactly. I'm at that point, if this order right here, well, I deleted it actually, but if this order right here that I actually put in right here, right? If this went and hit stop loss, all that's doing is taking me out at the profits that I actually just won. Remember, this order that got started with the new order, that got started like at the very beginning, is risk free. So even when this hits stop loss, it's gonna hit my stop loss in profits.
Gotcha.
Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So let me delete that again. So now at this point, this order that was at the very top, let me delete these. I'm sorry. Right? This order that was at the very top is at $75 right now. Guess what this is, guys? What is this?
Flag.
It's a flag, right? Well, I think we did that one already, right? I think this
Yes.
is the one. We did this one, right? Okay, I know I'm not crazy. Right. So we got another flag. So with us having another flag, right? Now remember, my stop loss, no, we didn't do that one. We couldn't have did that
No,
one.
we didn't. You got in the flag before that.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought about to say. That's a bigger drop. So yeah, okay. I'm sorry, guys. But I hope you all is this like honestly like are you all understanding this? Because this is game changer right here, and I'm gonna show you why this actually saved my life this week. I'm gonna show you all in really soon. But yeah, so right now I'm up $75. I'm just moving stuff and not knowing when I'm moving. So right now I'm up $75. That's actually still in the market, right? On the 5-cent order. So once I see this flag right here that's forming right here, right? What am I gonna do? I'm gonna put another order in. So now I'm up $75. Let's say I put another 10 cent lot size in again. This is for teaching purposes of the math. So I still never over leverage because I'm only risking the money that I made. I'm not doing bigger lot sizes. I started with 10 cent. I'm not going anywhere over 10 cent. Does that make sense? 10 cent and under. So 5 cent, 3 cent, 2 cent, whatever the case may be. I'm only talking about, so I'm doing 10 cent right now. So I put another order at 10 cent. Again, this stop loss for this new order is at the same stop loss as my moving stop loss of this order that I'm up $75. So these are my two orders. These are my two stop losses. So this one isn't risk-free. This one is risk-free because I've been holding this one from the top. So I'm up $75 on this one. Guess what ends up happening? Price ends up dropping another 100 pips. So that's another $100, right? On my new order. So I'm up $100 on my new order. I was up $75. Now I'm up $175 on this order from the top. So it's up $175. What I do is I end up closing out at $100 with the new order. So now I've secured how much, guys?
$220.
$220. That's secured, right? Now with that being secured at $220, this one what I say I was up? I was up 100 and give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
75.
175 here. Okay, yeah. So 175. So it ended up coming back or whatever. So we just gonna talk about this area right here because it came back up to 175. Right? So I'm up 175 at this point. I've already closed out 220. I'm up 170, right? So if I had to do the math, that's almost $400. So $1,400 in one trade, I would have literally cleared out 13 trades is $1,400 on this spreadsheet. So I now have compounded my money by 3% risk-free in one trade when this is telling me it takes me 13 trades to make $1,400, make that $1,000 into $1,400. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
And I can do the and I just do the exact same thing all the way down. That's it. The exact same thing. One trade, right? Now I'm gonna show you how this saved me this past week, right? We all know we called AJ this week, right? We all called it together when it's all said and done. We got in here. What I did, I put a lot size here. I even put it in my Telegram. Let me go to that real quick. Like, just so you all don't think I'm talking to you all in fluff. Like, I like, this is what I do, right? Like, if this is going to pay you all like a business, you have to treat it as such. And businesses, it takes systems to actually have it. You have to have a system when you're trading. So with that being said, I told everybody right here. AJ already breaking down, didn't go as strong as I would have liked, was hoping for one more confirmation that I didn't get. new entry area, 10 pips away, a little heavier stop loss, but looks clean enough to sneak another order in there, right? So that was right. This was that area right here I was talking about. This was that new entry. I still got the markup here with this was the new entry. So I had an entry here, right? So me having this entry here, I put 2 orders here, right? 2 orders here. Price came down here. It broke, created a flag. So guess what I did? I told you all in the Telegram. I ended up closing out right here. So when I end up closing out one of the orders, I put a heavier order right here, right? When I say heavier, I mean like I was like, again, not risking anything outside of my profits, but I don't want to tell you all my lot sizes or whatever, but I put my lot size here or whatever. And what I did was I allowed the market to actually drop down. I snuck another one in here, and then I was letting that one ride. What ended up happening, as you all can see, price came all the way back. But by the time price came all the way back towards my stop loss and stumped me out, I had already closed out $6,000. I was up $13,000. So the reason why I'm salty is because I went to bed up 7,000, and when I woke up, it closed out at $60. So, but with that being said, my goal was already made. So yeah, I was mad at myself, but my weekly goal was well past made already. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you saying that you made your weekly?
What'd you say?
Are you saying that you made the weekly goal off of one trade?
Yeah, honestly, like based off of my compounding, I've made more than just 1 week. Again, I'm going off of a trading day plan wherein it's telling me, like, I don't go off of like weekly goals, daily goals, this and that. I'm compounding my money by a certain percentage of my account of what it's telling me. My spreadsheet, it says in 30 days you should be this, or again, what I like to say at 30 trades. So I like to look at my money as I'm in trade, I don't know, 45 when I'm only technically only traded 3 pairs. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's blowing my mind.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So like, again, but that's just perfect example, guys, of how that saved me. Like that's like this like most of the time when I'm trading, guys, that's why you all don't see me in my Telegram talking all day, every day, all week, every week. I don't care about sounding good, trying to impress everybody. I love helping people, giving people setups, giving people trades, letting people know what they got to, like, whatever the case may be. I like people trading with me and stuff like that, but I'm not overly trading with you all. I have zero interest in that. My interest is in making money, right? I want to make money as efficient, as less risk as possible, right? I don't care about hopping in 20 trades in a week, right? Because your same 20 trades that you went and made $100 on, I got in 2 trades and made $10,000 on it, right? And it has nothing to do with lot size because I'm still using the same percentages that you all are using. I'm just using way less risk. Every time you hit buy and sell in this market, you're risking your money. You have to understand that. Every single time. So what these hedge funds and what these people are doing behind the scenes is they want you to keep hitting buy, hitting sell, hitting buy, hitting sell. I don't have to do that because when I hit buy and sell, I'm only risking their money anyways because I'm in the same trade. I'm just compounding my money down every rip, every rip. Does that make sense?
It does, it does.
I'm not risking my money. At this point, my only risk at this entire thing was right here up top. And like I said, I'm salty. I was salty. I was not expecting this to happen. I just was not. Like when I saw this, I was expecting a nice drop. You see, I had TP3 for my team for market hunters. But what did this say? Read that.
Your TP.
My TP. There you go. I had my TP sitting right. So I was at least expecting my first TP to hit, right? My first TP was from here to here. At that point, I was going to decide if I want to close everything. Like, other than that, I compounded my money all the way down, My TP was 170 pips.
Hey, real, I want to say what I did. 'Cause I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who did this. For this trade that you called, you know, I put my orders in. I did put 2 orders in, and I legit I didn't compound like you did. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Basically, what you just broke down. I'm just waiting for it to go the long way. Had I been compounding,
exactly. That's not how the market works, bro. Like, honestly, I left a lot of money on it. Obviously, I left some money on the table this week. I was telling my trading partner a couple of days ago, Mario's, I was like, bro, I jagged $8,000. It was in my fingertips. And he just laughed. He said, it's okay, bro. Like, with his accent, it's okay, bro. Money is money. You know what I'm saying? But, like, again, bro, like, I say that to say, guys, like, you all have to understand, like, this game is here. This game, they don't want you to win in this game, right? So what you have to do is you have to take your weaknesses and you have to take your strengths and you have to see what type of system you can create for yourself to where it benefits you in every way possible. Like, I know I love money, right? So with me loving money, I know I can get greedy at times. And with me getting greedy at times, I'm leaving money on the table. But I know how I had to find out, how can I be greedy, but at the same time, make sure my money is being properly secured through a system, a business system, to where I'm actually making money and I'm not just having headaches after headaches after headaches because I'm hoping the market just keeps dropping. And we know that's not what the market does. Does that make sense?
Terrell, if you had the wrinkles on this with the EMAs, would it have told you to get out before it turned around like that?
No, because in this case, again, nothing. That's a great question, first of all. Nothing is guaranteed when it comes to the market. When I actually saw this right here, I was very, very confident that by the time this crossed, remember, our entries was here. So by the time this crossed, it was already back at our entries or whatever. So when I saw this, right, I just knew we was good. This was a flag, right? And we was going to start getting that continuation to the downside when it's all said and done. Hey, I was looking at AU on Rankos. It didn't even cross when we was in the sale. So this could have just been a flag to the continuation to the upside, right? So, again, that's why I really wait for the cross. Again, where I went the heaviest was AJ because I did get that cross. But I told you all, if I don't see a cross, I'm not going heavy like that. I'm not going as heavy. So you all didn't see me talking about AU a lot in my actual Telegram. What I was talking about mostly was AJ, right? And when me talking about AJ is because I saw that cross. That's where my heavy lots went. Told everybody I didn't go as heavy as I wanted to, but, you know, I did nice. I did nice for myself when it's all said and done. The point is, I left out that week $6,000, $6,000 richer. Could have been 13, but that's just what happens sometimes in the market. This was I think the universe made this happen just for this class alone. Just so I can give you all this story of what happened to me and why this system that I have created for myself and anybody else who actually wants to use the actual skill set or the actual system for themselves, they can actually do that. Sorry, I don't know why I just unshared my screen. But with that being said, like, I still left out profitable. How many people? So let me ask you this, Reggie, not to get too much into your business or your finances and everything with your account, but was your week a profitable week or a losing week?
it was, you kind of say I broke even.
Broke even?
For this trade in particular, at one point, I was up $280, and then I could have secured a lot of that, but I ended up taking, I want to say, like $100, and it was up almost $300.
Okay. So let me ask you this first, and this is where my spreadsheet comes in, and I tell everybody on my team, heck, I tell my private students, like, just be real with me, Do you use the spreadsheet I gave you?
Yes.
You do? I can't doubt you. I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't have asked him. He probably do use it. The point is, most of the people I give this spreadsheet to, they don't even use it. They just hop in and out of trades. They don't compound their money at all. I not only show you, I do not only give you a GPS of with this compound sheet, because you should always know what the goal is when you're in a trade. I do not only give you a GPS, but I give you a system to navigate the GPS, right? And most people don't even do that. Right now, I'm giving you all the system, right?
Let's say I waited on EJ and GJ all week long.
Uh-huh.
And when I entered at the bottom, I entered 2 on one, 2 on the other. When they got to the first flag, I closed 2 entries, and I went to sleep and didn't get my second entries on either one of them. But it's okay.
Right.
I'm way up right now, so
there you go. That's the
still
point.
holding them.
Your goal is met, and you're still making money, because that's the point. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody. There's a way to where you're not risking any more of your money, but while you're not risking your money, you're also making more money, and your goal is still met. That's the key. Reggie just said, Reggie, was your weekly goal $100? Was your goal this week $100? Like, was that the goal coming into the week?
No, not for me. No.
Right. First, let me ask you this first. And again, be real. Did you even have a money goal, like a real money goal? Did you just say, well, no, that is a real money goal? So, yeah, did you have a real money goal?
Yeah, I wanted it to be a $300 a week.
$300 a week. Okay, cool. So even with that being said, bro, if you was up, because you sent me a screenshot where you was up $400 some dollars. Why was $300 not secured?
No, it was 280, and like you said, I'm expecting the mark. Not even expecting. I'm make the mistake of hoping that it just kept dropping. I got greedy. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let it see how much it can go further, and it retraced on us.
Okay, cool. So with that being said, and again, there's nothing wrong with that, bro. That's natural. We're human. I was the same way. I had to figure it. Like man, I'm talking about. It would be Thursday, and overall, I would be up. Hey, I'll be in the trade that I've been sitting in since Tuesday night, and I'll be up, man, $800-900, right? And then come Thursday night, I go to sleep during London session, and I wake up, that $800 done turned into $120. I'm like, yo, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what's going on? Like, man, I would have winning weeks all week, and then it turned into a losing week Friday at 5 o'clock by the time the market closed. You know what I'm saying? Like, boy, I cannot explain how irritating that was. I'm sure a lot of you all on here got that feeling. You all know that, right? But then I had to, like, okay.
Been there, done that.
Man, you hear me? Like,
Done that.
I literally had to sit back and ask myself, what's your problem, Terrell? So I had to say what my problem was. I'm talking to myself. Like, okay, you greedy. You got to stop being greedy. But then it's easy to say that after the fact when all your money done got taken, when you could have had this, right? So you say that now, but like you ain't really finna not do that when this and that. So how can you really find something to where you're actually, so that's what got me into the actual plan of actually having a GPS. Because when I first got into the game, I seen people with these little fancy spreadsheets and it sounded cute, but yo, I want this money right now. Like, forget all what they talking about. I ain't got time to be waiting 90 days for 13,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want that 13,000 today, whatever. That was my head. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real with y'all right now. You know what I mean? So, like, I knew I was greedy, but at the same time, I didn't, like, then I found out about taking partials. Like, my boy Mario's, when he came to Chicago, man, we went out to dinner. We really talked. We had some real talks and all of that. So, I found out, like, dang, you can take partials. Like, I literally didn't know this stuff, guys. By that time, I was already like 50, 60,000 in profit overall when it came to trading, right? I didn't make my 6 figures and everything when him and we had the event here in Chicago and all of that. I made nice money, but I wasn't nowhere near where I knew I wanted to be because I knew how much money I was leaving on the table because I was just hopping in trades hoping for the best. Right? So I created an entire system around all of my flaws and I knew my strengths and I knew my weaknesses, right? So when I took all of those and I put them together, I came up with this system. I have not looked back yet. I can't remember the last time I had a losing week. I've had some weeks where I would break even, where I had I'm not gonna say that because I don't want nobody on here thinking I'm perfect. I had a few losing weeks before, and when I lose bad. But I mean, heck, I've been trading with a lot of you all this year. You all can attest to it. How many trades do I give out that actually lose? And it's not rather because I lose or win, but it's more so that when I'm making my goals off of 2-3 trades a week. Like I wanted to catch EJ this week at the end of the week. I told you all I didn't catch it or whatever, but mentally I'm like, I'm done. I already done hit my goal, XYZ. I'm finna go to Wisconsin, see my grandmother, things like this. And you know what I'm saying? Let me just stay out the market and everything like that. My goal is already made, right? And I was like, I knew I would have been trading, trying to make that money back that I lost when AJ came back on me, or all those odd pairs came back on me. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew that. So I'm like, let me just stay out, take my money, and come back fresh next week. And that's exactly what I did. Like you got to be disciplined mentally. Like I can sit here, anybody can sit here, all these educators can sit on here. Everything can look cool on social media. Like people ain't gonna tell you the downs and the ups and the they not gonna tell you all of that. Like I can sit here and tell you all the fluff, but when you don't have your mind right, if you don't treat this thing like a true business, man, I'm telling you, you're gonna spin your wheels for years trying to get this trading thing going. You like really, honestly, and you just gonna always like some people I've met. I literally know people who are actual addicts of trading because they never win money. But they always, I know I did this. I don't know why I did this. XYZ. They're never winning because like all they see is the money. They don't have a goal. Somebody got in a trade before, and I was literally with them. They hopped in GU during news. It was GBP news or it was some type of news. All I know is as soon as they got in that trade, they was up $200. It shot up $200, and the lot size was something like 15 or 0.15, like 15 cents, 10 cents, something like that. That was their lot size. So they, in the midst of hitting buy or sell, I think they was in a buy. In the midst of hitting a buy, they went up $200 in seconds. And then guess what? We all know GBP, how that acts. It came right back on them, right? And they ended up closing that trade out negative $100. So I said, yo, I just like at that point I just laughed like, yo, you was up $200 and you closed it out at a negative 100. Like what was your goal on? Like, what was you trying to make in that trade? I don't know. Like so you had 0 goals getting in that trade. So what was your goal to lose? I didn't have a goal to lose. I just seen it kept going down, so I closed. You got in the car with no destination. Who gets in their car and just drive until Earth ends? Who does that? No destination.
I think during this quarantine, a couple people.
This was way before the quarantine, bro.
No, I'm just being funny, bro.
But the reason why I say that, man, is because this is real. This is like really like I need you all to understand the mentality of like why this is so important. That's why I say compounding for literally the last talk. You know what I mean? I didn't start with this for the day. I could have easily. No, you ever heard the term say the best for last? You know what I'm saying? This is the best. Like this is literally, I can show you all the trend lines in the world. I can show you all the strategies in the world. These other traders can show you all of these great ways to make money in the world, in the market. But none of that matters if your mind and your goal, like you don't have a goal, if your mind isn't in the right spot, man. Like for real. You got to really sit down and have a conversation with yourself. I just showed you all how we went from trade 1 to trade 20 in one trade. So by the time trade 20 came, in one trade, we can do that once. That one trade could be in 1 week. I went from $1,000 to $1,700 secured in the market. I went from $1,000 to $1,700. So that's $700 on a 0.10, a 0.10 lot size in one trade in 1 week. right? So I tell people all the time, people, well, Terrell, your lot sizes, this is why you, it has nothing to do with the lot sizes. It's all about percentages. The percentages stay the same. The numbers just different. 10% of $100 is, $10. 10% of $1,000 is $100. The number's different, the percent is the same. I just want to keep the same percentages, growing the same percentages. You have to focus on the percent. Stop looking at the dollar amount. Stop trying to, oh man, I just want to keep going. Pulling the Reggie on us, right? I'm just messing with you, but I was there. So I know what that feels like. Again, me and Reggie was both in AJ. It stumped him out and risk-free when I got hit on AJ too, bro. I feel your pain. Right? I'm going to just put that out there first. So I definitely feel your pain on that. But the point is, I still came out like, okay, great. It is what it is. I took that. I can chuck it up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, just to attest to that, back in, I guess, October, I took an account and I just threw $1,200 in it, and I said I want to see how fast I can grow this account. And then by compounding the way you showed me how to compound, I took that account from $1,200 to $8,000 in 5 weeks.
There you go. Using the system, right?
Yeah, using the same system.
There you go.
Compounding, snatch money out, go on it again.
There you go. I mean, again, that was the system that I found that worked best for me. You know what I mean? Myself. And I give it to my students like Eric. And man, I can't really, again, guys, like, man, we can sit here and talk about all the dues and we can sit here and talk about all the marking up trend lines and sitting here. Like, I don't care if you're a professional signals taker. You should still have a GPS. You should still know where you at. You should still know what that goal is, man. And you should still stick to that. Now, the beautiful thing is now you know what you're doing in the market. So now, because that's what it should all be about. It's not just about learning a skill set just so you can make money in the market, right? So you can get in, buy and sell for yourself. No, now, like what you want to learn a skill set for is so you can create a proper system and actually know what's going on when you, to navigate through that system you created for yourself. Plain and simple. Like you just heard E, he did it easy. I just want to see where I'm going to take this 1,200. He know what he's doing. Him and his skill set isn't the question no more. Now it's actually taking his skill set and working that system he knows. Plain and simple. That's it. So systems, guys. There's nobody on this call who has a job, whose job does not put them, you're a part of your job system. There's nobody on this call that does not have a business and you do not have some sort of a system for your business. It's just not happening. So why is your trading anything else? Why is your trading not system-based? Right? I had to have that real type of conversation with myself. So the reason why I seem like so worked up and so like I'm into this conversation right now, because like, man, it's bringing back memories. It's taking me to that state when I was working 10 to 12 hour days. And after I was I just want money. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted money. I was just wanting extra money. Like, nah, when Mario's came here, we sat down, we did this. He showed me what his weaknesses was. I showed him what mine was. Man, that's why me and him so close now. It was just all based off of him coming here and us talking a couple of nights, and we took it and ran it up after that. Plain and simple. So what you all want to do, guys, is you all want to create that, man. Create that for yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Again, compound. Like, you can watch this recording over. Like, I don't care if you take the system. Like, it's what works best for me. And I'm sure it's going to work great for a lot of you all, like Eric, right? Yeah, like, man, how can I make as much money as possible without risking as much money as I don't have to, while risking the least amount of money as possible? That should be always the question. And for me, that was the best way for me to actually do that. It would still actually feed that greed side of me, but at the same time, I'm still happy at the end of the week. I'm still happy at the end of the day. All right. So does anybody have any questions on any of that?
Can you have that lady show us how to set the alerts on the wrinkles, please?
Okay, I got you. Latifah, do you want to do that real quick?
Yeah, I'm here.
Terrell, I have a question about the compound while she's doing that. Your lot size. Say, I'm not looking at your sheet now, but on that lot size, say you went up so many trades in that one day. Say you went up 6 trades in that one day, and the next day you trade, that the lot size is not 0.10, it's 0.20 or whatever. So you go up in your lot sizes after so many trades, right?
Oh yeah, I personally do. But I let the spreadsheet tell me that I didn't really show that because I didn't really, remember we all did the team Zoom when I'm not sure if you was on there that day, but when on that team Zoom we did, I actually broke down the actual spreadsheet, and with the spreadsheet, it actually tells you the lot size to actually make what you do based off of your percentages of the size of your account. Remember that, Miss Inez?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah. So I say all that to say the spreadsheet will literally tell me the lot size to actually do. If you don't have it, just let me know. I'll make sure I shoot it to you. But it's in our announcements groups as well. I put it in.
Can you re-drop it because it's not connecting anymore? I tried to give it to Vivian, but it wouldn't pull up.
Okay, yeah, I'll drop it in there this evening.
Thank you.
All right. So, but yeah, so just to answer the question, Mrs. Inez, yes, you do increase that lot size as that account grows. So you can you can even increase your percentages. Like you can go from, honestly, you can start at 3%. Like sometimes I'll do 3% today, and then next week I want to grow my account by 4%. So of course, now my lot size is different because not only am I doing a higher percentage, but also because my account size is bigger. Does that make sense? So I'm going off 4% of that account size, of that new account size from last week that I actually made.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right? So you just do what like works best for you. Like the numbers are the numbers. You just have to know how you want to navigate when it's all said and done. Cool?
Cool.
All right, cool. So Latifah, you want to share your screen real quick? Are you able to do it?
Yeah, I can share my screen.
Okay, cool. Are you sharing? Oh, okay, there you
go. Okay, with setting the alerts for Rankos, you change the coordinates, the numbers here. So each time frame has different numbers. So this is 0.229. The 30-minute will have something different, So you can't change it on ATR, but what you can do, what my friend Dean Molyneux, shout out to him, he showed me how to do this. You change it to traditional. So if I'm on the 5-minute and I'm waiting for price to get to a particular area that I want to watch, this is just separate from what you taught today. So it's 0.039. So I just double click where in this area, change it to traditional, and change the box size 0.39.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives you exactly the same structure as on ATR, but this is traditional. So I can right click or go at top here and add alert.
Okay.
So you see how it comes up?
Yeah, I mean, so you can, on traditional, you can put alerts on it opposed to, I guess, whatever the default is, you say ATR.
Yeah, but then I can still switch it back over to ATR and watch it. You will still see the same line. You can move it and adjust it and what's not.
I mean, honestly, if it's the same screen, you don't even need ATR. Like,
Yeah, the only difference with the ATR is based on the numbers. So I'm waiting for this on the 5-minute time frame. So if it was on the 15-minute, it wouldn't show it because the numbers will be off.
okay, that makes
So
sense.
it has to be, you have to set the alert on the time frame you're waiting for your entry or looking for a particular area that you're watching price.
So let me ask you this though. If I set the alert on the 5-minute, but I switched over to the 1 hour, would that when it gets to that area, would the alert still go off?
Yeah, it will still go off.
Okay, that's all.
You can move around the time frames, but if
That's all
you're
that
waiting,
matters.
yeah, it will still go off. So it will be still running in the background. It will go off.
Okay.
So once price gets here, I'm gonna
Mhm.
get an alert. And again, you can adjust it on ATR, but when you actually have to set it, you have to go to traditional. If you go to other time frames, you wouldn't see it.
Yeah, I mean, but alert ain't alert for you to see it. It's for
Right.
alert. Yeah, I
Right.
wouldn't. Yeah, so that's why I said like I'm not. Again, I'm just not the technical person. I don't care about seeing the alert. Like as long as I get it, I'm cool. But no, that's great information. I appreciate that.
You're
I
welcome.
definitely appreciate that. So with that being said, guys, we are actually coming. We're running home for the end of this actual spring boot camp, man. And I don't know about you all, but it was definitely a joy for me. I really appreciate first before I kind of say my piece that I wanted to actually say. I want to give a huge shout out to first and foremost Grant. He's done an amazing job to help me. And again, I reached out to him last minute of making sure you all are having the best possible recordings and things like that for your studies afterwards. Like he's literally going through these videos after the fact, chopping stuff up, cutting things out, making sure he's producing the best product as possible for you all, taking care of the actual like backgrounds and everything like that, creating, just making sure the Zoom is everything we needed to do. So Grant, bro, I just really, again, I really appreciate you. Viola, I'm not sure if she's on here. Man, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have been able to do any of this because all the emails and questions she got from people, her literally handling all of those things or whatever. Honestly, my head would have spent off and I'll just say, hey, yo, forget it. I'm just going to keep trading. Right. But I knew everybody wanted me to do an actual training, a boot camp training. So when I was on the midst of not doing it or whatever, she just pretty much took the initiation to make sure she, took care of everything for me. So I really appreciate her. Gigi, man, she already knows she the road dog. I'm sure she's not on here because I know she had another event. I really appreciate her just for holding me down, promoting things like that. Man, I love all y'all. Mrs. B, doing what you do. You already know we just talked the whole lunch break. So I didn't even get to eat my lunch, guys, because of Mrs. B. But they're always there, man. And last but not least, man, I appreciate everybody on this call, everybody who got involved into taking the time out of your actual, your days, your time to actually hop on here and gain your knowledge. And hopefully I was able to actually bring some sort of enlightenment to your future trading career, right? So I really appreciate that. One of the things that I'm really big on, guys, and I have not said this enough, and I will never stop saying this. I don't care how great people think I am when it comes to trading. I am always a student first, right? I like to instill that mindset with people because after this boot camp, this is not the end all be all, guys. This is the foundation to where you take your knowledge and you grow it drastically now, right? So that I really want you all to really instill that in your heart. Always being a student. Never get big-headed when it gets to this trading, like this trading game. Always grow yourself as not only a trader, but as a person, right? That's one big thing that I'm always on. I'm always about personal development. I'm always trying to become the best person that I can personally be. I always want to involve myself around people who always looks to elevate and grow as a person, grow as a people, because we can all bring our traits to each other, and man, we can build empires out here. You know what I mean? We can move mountains when it's all said and done. One of the things that I'm actually doing right now is I'm studying, I'm getting very knowledgeable in the tax laws, not just for trading, but the tax laws period for business. I'm becoming very knowledgeable. I am very knowledgeable when it comes to finances. What's the good of having money if you don't know how to actually, because it's like, I was telling this to, I'm not sure if Tiffany's on here, but me and her had a really long talk yesterday. Making money is not the issue. Like, I didn't realize this until a year and a half ago of how easy it was to make money, because I've always grew up around a bunch of people who, like, man, going to work, get a job, this and that, right? That was the only way to make money, and you actually stress and this and that. But then I realized making money is very easy, right? That's not the hard part. The hard part is keeping it. The reason why that's the hard part is because people don't know and understand finances, right? Like, grow yourself as a person, learn your finances. Don't just be in this vehicle to make money and just tell yourself all the things that you're about to do. Once you make this money, you're going to go buy this, you're going to go do. No, have a plan set out in place. In order for you, before you get there physically, you have to be there mentally, right? So when you're there mentally, now you attract the physical. So understand that, man. Like, everything, again, GPS. We can talk about GPSs and trading, but man, let's talk about the GPS of life. What's your next steps? I'm always looking 5, 6, 10 years down the line. Who are the people I'm going to be around? Who are the people who just left my life now? The people who are in your life today ain't going to be in your life a year from today. You're always, as you're growing, everybody will not grow with you, right? So understand that, man. So with that being said, man, that's pretty much all I got. I can sit on here and talk all day. I'm not that talkative guy. Y'all already know I hate talking to myself, right? So does anybody have any last minute questions before we actually get out of here?
Jarena, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How can I get a hold of the compounding sheet?
You cannot, unless you are a part of Market Hunters or you are a private student. So sorry about that. That's why I didn't want to spend too much time on that with you all, because I didn't want to kind of spoil you all or whatever the case may be. That's something that is something somebody created for me. I promised them, unless they was attached to me, I'm not interested in selling it, things like that or whatever. Only if I have the permission to do it.
Okay.
Okay. So sorry about that, but there's plenty of room on the team. I'm not sure if you already have a trading family, but there's always an option, things like that as well. So
Jarena knows she needs to come on over to Market Hunter. She was on our Zoom.
Oh, okay. But yeah, does anybody else have any questions before we get out of here? Oh, one more thing, man. If you all do not mind, I'm sorry. Because I do a very bad, somebody told me to make sure I reminded myself to do it. Can you all, if you all don't mind, social media, shout me out, shout the Bootcamp out, shout anybody out on the call. Like, let's promote, man, how good was your experience, stuff like that, man. Whatever. If you got to tag me, my Facebook is Terrell Rowland, Terr. I'm sorry, let me put that in now. Rolland. All right, that's my Facebook. Sorry, I done did that privately. I didn't realize I had private messages. I'm steady putting my email on here. I'm so used to when I put my actual name, I go through my email so fast when I type it. So that's my Facebook. This is my Instagram for the love. I need to change that. Sound almost retarded. The love. I'm a Bone Thugs and Harmony fan, so like for the love of money, I just did for the love of success. So don't judge me, but I need to change it. Right. Don't judge me, man. That's my Instagram. Yeah. So if you all do not mind, I would definitely appreciate that, man. And whatever you all do, man, I'm always here, man. The groups, make sure you all are marking up your charts, 25 charts a week. My students, like, man, Miss Brenda, Miss Grace, like, they know how, like, big that actually does. Continuously seeing everything, right? You all need to continuously see and continuously work on your skill set. Everybody talk about how fast I move when it's in TradingView. I promise you all, I've created, I'm not gonna say I created. I have TradingView tutorials out here for people, like literally walking people on how to use TradingView, because I know how, like, just that alone is and let's just say it's a headache. I had no one to tell me what each individual, like, thing was in TradingView. It was trial and error, figuring it out. Even doing my own homework, I didn't know what I was doing. If it wasn't a trend line, I didn't know what the heck it was, right? So with that being said, like I understand, like, what's gonna make you better using TradingView is continuously marking up charts. You're going to get faster. It's going to get easier. You're going to see, your eyes are going to start adjusting to what the market is doing. Like, I wasn't moving fast at one point in time. Heck, I was barely moving. But as an entrepreneur, I'm sure a lot of my entrepreneurs understand this on here. As an entrepreneur, once you do something enough times, the uncomfortable becomes comfortable, right? So you take that same philosophy into your skill set of learning the market, and it's starting uncomfortable, it will become comfortable. Get used to that. The same things, the laws of life. So yeah, guys, man, again, man, hopefully,
One
man.
question before you go, please.
Uh-huh.
When I'm on the 1 minute on the wrinkles and I have the cross, do I need to wait for that flag, or can I enter once I have the cross on the wrinkles on the 1 minute?
All you looking for is the cross.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, that's all you looking for, the cross. Now remember, we're not talking about Forex pairs in that case. We're talking about indices. There you go. Cool? Okay.
Thanks, guys.
All right, great. So with that being said, guys, man, I appreciate it, man. Everybody enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe during this pandemic, man. Stay in the house. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm excited for you. A lot of you all's growth, and I can't wait to hear you all's stories. This will not be the last time you all hear from me, of course. You know, just stay in tune with the Telegram. If you don't mind, add people to the Telegram. It's free for a reason, guys. I try to give as much value as I can. I just want to see the numbers grow, honestly. I don't know why. It's just one of my goals. I feel like everybody should know. So, hey, if you building something, if you got a trading family, add them to the group, man. Like, don't be selfish with this skill set. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, make sure you all are studying and things like that, man. And appreciate you all, and you all have a great rest of your week. And let's be prepared for next week. Thank you.
Thanks, Terrell.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.